First off, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to our biggest event of the year. We have over 120 participants involved with the show. They've been putting on countless hours of hard work since October to make this happen.
Okay, Arsh.
Thank you. Not only do we have participants that have worked tirelessly on stage, but we have people off stage that are truly vital to making this show happen. I'd like to thank the volunteers that helped with handing out brochures, checking tickets, putting up decorations, and helping out backstage. Also, I'd like to give a big thank you to the tech crew up there for making sure everything goes down smoothly. This would not have been possible without you guys. Thank you. I also want to give a special shout out to Mr. Paul Dang. He created our promo video this year. Next up, I'd like to give a special shout out to Ernie Sanchez right there, taking some good pictures of me. Next up, we have Miss Kirandeep Chima. She was the one who set up these beautiful decorations backstage. My experience with ISA has been amazing, and joining the organization was one of my greatest decisions that I've made. Not only have I found some of my best friends, but I also got some great resume boosters. After serving on the e-board as secretary last year, I learned the importance of what goes on behind every ISA event. The feeling after a successful event is one of the most rewarding feelings ever. This is what motivated me to run for president this year. I wanted to give everyone else the same positive impact and experience that I had. My goal was to make ISA bigger and better. I'd like to give a special shout out to my roommates, Kevin Bandaplako and Arshdeep Dhaliwal. There were some late nights where we were trying to figure out where we wanted ISA to go, and they were always there for me late night trying to figure it out. So really special shout out. I appreciate you guys. There were a lot of changes and improvements that I wanted to implement, and to make that happen, I couldn't have done it without my executive board. They played a huge role, and now I would like to recognize each one of them for their hard work. So first up, we have our freshman rep, Atashi Bhungalia. It's been amazing to see her blossom into a young adult. She's taken on so many responsibilities that aren't even hers, and she is always here to help. She stepped up and made the Snapchat filter today, so please make her happy and use it. I'm also so excited to see what the future holds for her at Marquette. We are all so proud. It's also her birthday tonight, so what a better way to celebrate, right? Next up, we have the secretary, Ashvini Patel, also known as Keisha. This girl right here is a superwoman. If you read the awesome ISA emails this whole year, she's the mastermind behind them. She's also one of the leaders of SKIT and the leader of the decoration committee. I'm sure you guys are already sick of her seeing her on stage so much. She's also become basically best friends with Marquette's event management because she's always there making sure all the events go through correctly. However, she has gone above and beyond and exceeded all of our expectations. Although it comes with some sass, we still appreciate it. Thank you, Keisha. Next up, we have our public relations officer, Neethara Abraham. So one of Neethara's main responsibilities was being in charge of ISA families. That's one of the programs we have within our organization. She manages 10 student leaders, and she is totally in charge of it, and she's been killing it. She's held some very cool events this year. We've had multiple trivia nights. We've even had a successfully planned Brewers game next month. She's been killing it. Neethara is always looking at ways to help one another e-board in any way she can. She even stepped up to be the mean stepmother in SKIT. I don't know if she's acting, but she's pretty good at it. Next up, we have the media officer, Riya Hegde. Riya has been the media genius behind ISA this year. Every post, every flyer, everything you see on social media goes through her. This girl is a perfectionist. She always makes several drafts, ensuring that it is the best product. The Cinderella poster that you guys see everywhere, that's probably the 28th draft that she's made. She goes hard. She's also someone we can count on. If we text her, she responds right away, unless it's one of the many days she's sleeping until 1 p.m. Next up, we have the Marquette legend himself, the treasurer, Prakasam. don't even get me started on this guy right here. Without him, we would not be able to hold any of the events this year. He built relationships with sponsors, organized fundraisers, and handled everything financially. His organization and budgeting skills enabled us to keep track of every little detail this year. Without him, the show would probably be outside in the grass and everyone would be pretty cold right now. So thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Next up, we have a very vital person, the show coordinator, Trisha Gandhi. Now let me make this very clear. Trisha is the main reason this show is happening. There are a lot of components that come along with the show, and she's been killing it all around. Interviewing choreographers, ensuring decorations are done, making sure everything is ready backstage. She handled it like a pro. She has worked with all the choreographers to make sure everyone's needs are met and everything is submitted on time. She's up in the booth the whole show, making sure that tech is working out perfectly, and she's been doing a great job. She's pulled several late nights grinding for school, as well as finishing everything related to the show. And without her, the show would not have been possible, so please give her another hand. Next up, we have the Vice President, Keenna Shah. Without Keenna, this year would not have been possible. She is constantly checking in with all of the e-board members and helping if they need help. Keenna has been very involved with Marquette ever since she got here, from being on Mazza for 3 years and captain for 2. She has built her reputation around campus for being an amazing leader and friend. This year she was a main leader in setting up the biggest single ISA event in history, our late night Diwali night earlier in November. We had over 500 people on campus attend, and her amazing leadership and connections helped a lot. She has made it a personal goal to connect with people around campus and make sure they are welcome when they get here. She served as ISA show coordinator last year and went out of her way this year to make sure that Trisha could reach her maximum potential. While leading on e-board together, we have also had the opportunity to become pretty close. I'd say we've even become pretty solid friends. The most important skill that Keenna has used this year is her patience, mainly with me. And overall, I want to thank you, Keenna, for not only being an outstanding VP, but also an amazing resource for people around this campus. So please give her another hand.
Now, I'd like to introduce our last executive member that hasn't been introduced yet, our president, Arsh Salwan. Arsh has done a lot for ISA during his time at Marquette, and especially from the moment he got elected as president. Since last April, Arsh has been thinking of ways to make ISA bigger and better, and that was one goal that he always had in mind. If you've ever seen him at the library, he's most likely aggressively texting an e-board member, writing an ISA email, or planning out an ISA event to ensure it was the best it could be. I think I could speak for all of our e-board, that if we got a text from Arsh, it had to be something related to ISA, and we had to do it ASAP. With his organization skills and his great ability to lead a team, we were able to have our first campus-wide Diwali night with Late Night Marquette with over 500 attendees. We also participated in various volunteer events, and lastly, made major upgrades to our biggest event of the year, the ISA Show. I'm so lucky to have worked with you, Arsh, and it's been a pleasure leading e-board with you. Thank you for pushing us to try new things and always being open to suggestions. We are all so thankful for your hard work and for making this experience the best it could be. To show our appreciation, we got you a little something. Thanks again, and we are so proud of you.
Yeah, Arsh!
All right, next, it's time to introduce all the choreographers and coordinators that made this show happen. They have spent countless hours in creating choreography and holding practices to make their dances the best they could be. And to start, we would like to introduce our national anthem singers.
So for the American National Anthem, we have Stephanie Villaseran. For the Indian National Anthem, we have Kevin Bundablacko.
For skit coordinators, we have Alina Koikal, Ashvini Patel, and Maria Shetty.
For classical, we have our very own Keenna Shah and Atashi Bhungalia.
fusion choreographers, we have Josh Gilani,
Yeah, Josh!
Nadia Mullick, and Gemini Palmuto.
For Rod's choreographers, we have Riya Shah, Vaibhavi Talati, and Ravi Gayal.
For Bollywood Retro, we have Ushti Patel, David Joseph, and Mira Pasawala.
For our Malu dance, we have Bhavna Matthew, Joseph Chirayal, and Cheryl Akara.
For fashion show coordinators, we have Riana Shah, Rahul Kumar, and Samia Haseeb.
For Bhangra, we have Maria Shenny and Rachna Patel.
For the melodies, we have Nikar Merchant and Meredith Salwan.
For Marquette Maza, we have Kevin Pandaplakul, Priya Patel, Brianna Lucas, and Josh Gilani.
For senior dance, we have Kevin Pantaplakul and Ida Jacobs. Lastly, we would like to announce our Most Valuable Participant Award. This is not only someone who is a member of ISA, but someone that goes above and beyond and makes a positive difference throughout the organization. And this year, we have 2 lucky recipients.
Our first award recipient has been a part of ISA since his freshman year and has been the star of the ISA show since then. From being captain of Maza to choreographing Malu dance to singing the Indian national anthem this year, and everything else in between. He has done it all. He was on e-board last year and not only completed his tasks, but was always a helping hand towards others. This individual has been to almost every ISA event and has never failed to show his support. He is always the first one to participate in any activity, talk to others, and make everyone feel welcome. With this positive attitude, continuous contributions towards ISA, we would like to thank and award Kevin Pantaplakul.
Our second award recipient has been a part of ISA e-board since her freshman year. She worked her way to the top, from being freshman rep her first year, show coordinator her sophomore year, and to president last year. I personally have had the opportunity to work along her side while she served as president, and it was an amazing experience. She has been involved with the show in various different ways, such as dancing in classical, Bhangra, Malu dance, Maza, playing a role in skit, and now choreographing senior dance. This individual has put in countless hours towards ISA and has been a role model for everyone. And to thank her for her continuous support towards ISA and for all that she has contributed, we would like to award Ida Jacob.
Now, before we start the show back up, I do want to thank our sponsors from throughout the year, MUSG, RHA, Bombay Sweets, and Apna Foods.
Okay, Apna.
We also want to give a special shout out to Dr. Noorzad and Dr. Steinmans for supporting us this year. Once again, I want to thank you all. There are so many people involved with the show. They put in so much work, but none of them would have been able to do it without you all. Whether if it's your child up here, your student, or even just a friend, your love and support keeps them moving, and I, as well as everyone else up here, thank you. Without you, this show would not even have been possible. Now we're going to continue with the show. We hope you like it so far, and enjoy the next one. Thank you all for coming.
Let's get it!
Meanwhile, the prince and his trusty companion are still on their journey across the kingdom to find Cinderella.
Hear ye, humble citizens of Marquette. Our prince is on a hunt for a girl from the Garba. We'll be going from house to house to see who this trouble fits, and it won't rest until we find the one. We humbly request that every young woman of every household try on the shoe. We'll start from over there.
If you can just try on the shoe to clear any doubt.
I mean, it is my shoe, but fine, I'll try it on for you. I think my foot's just a little swollen, but I promise it's mine.
Sorry, but I don't think the shoe is yours. And you can use a pedicure. And maybe a full body makeover. Actually, here's a card.
Wait, this is a card to a podiatrist.
Dude, that was hopeless. What are we gonna do now?
What if we have a fashion show with all the people from the Garba, and with their outfits, maybe you can find the girl from there?
Dude, dude, I got an idea. What if we start a fashion show from all the girls from Garba, and we can try and find the girl there?
My sir, you are a genius. Let's go.
Let's go.
सुड़ सुड़ कमरा